Hey guys, how you doing today? We went shopping yesterday and I went back to the garden center in Walmart and look what I found. This beautiful ZZ Raven. Now they were on clearance. I got it. She came in this ceramic pot. I'm going to put her back down before I drop her. Got her on clearance for $3.74, and I think why it was, there was a few of them there. Some of the ceramic pots were broken. They had like cracks down each side. Now I switched mine out. This was the only one that didn't have a crack or a break in it. So I just switched it and got a good pot, even though I don't really use these a whole lot. Sometimes I do. And I couldn't figure out why they were on clearance. Now the only thing I could figure out was there was a couple of breaks. See that one? It's broke. And then well, duh. This where I have the stake in was hanging out, hanging over. The other two ZZ Ravens that were sitting there were a lot worse. So, I don't know. But I know that I am just happy. I've been wanting this plant for a while. I was kind of off and on about it, but look how beautiful it is. And I love how when the new growth comes out, it's this more green color, like over here. Oh, right here. So she's got a few new growths. She's got the bulbs or tubers look to be in really good shape. There was a few dead leaves. There was another piece that was broken and dead. I cut it off. But I brought it home, got her in the house, and stuck her down in my bathtub and sprayed her with neem oil. I took her out of this pot, and when I took her out of the pot, look what I found. The root system is going crazy. So, I am going to put her over into my big terracotta pot. This is my pretty one that I just took one of my anthuriums out, my super broom. So I'm going to put her down into this. I want her to be in a terracotta pot because these do not like to be overwatered. So I am going to try really hard not to overwater her. But my other issue with this plant is she is potted. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this was a plant from the Trending Tropicals, ZZ Raven. I thought I had, oh, here it is. Care instructions, it says light, low to high. Yeah, okay. Water. Water when top inch of soil dries. Well, that's not actually, from what I've read and other videos that I've watched on this plant likes to dry down. So, I'm not going to wait until it's an inch dry I'll let her dry down almost completely. Now, I've never had one of these plants, so I'm just telling you what I've read and, you know, what I found out through reading. It says the temperature of this plant keep above 50. Well, that's pretty obvious. No plant really likes to be below 50. It also says fertilize every 6 months, which, I don't know. I guess so. Growth rate, it says slow. Well, if you have it in low light, yeah, it's probably going to grow pretty slowly. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll see how this does. My other friend, my friend Chris that has this, I see another broken or rotten stem. She says these ones grow slower than her green ones. She has both, but so we will see how it goes. It says the perfect place, bright window, desk, and tabletops. So it always kind of kills me what the tags say on some of these plants. But anyways, what I'm going to do, I am going to get her out of, she is in cocoa coir. I can tell just by looking at it and by feeling it. Now, I did not water her when I got her home last night. I just rinsed her leaves off a little bit and sprayed her down with some neem oil. She was clean, and you know, I did not see anything with my eyes, but I'm going to go ahead and just empty her out. I have a container down here, and I am going to just go ahead and try to get, wow, this is hard. Can't even squeeze. Let's see if I can get her to come out here. See, there's the one that, and it looks like it's rotten on the base. That's why it was falling over. I couldn't see it until I repotted it. That's another reason it's very important to, let me see if I can tie this back. But that's another reason why I feel personally why it's important that as soon as you get a plant that you are repotting it right away, because you just don't know what they have it potted in. The tags usually aren't correct on the care. You really have to do your homework. But most importantly, you have to get her out and really look at the plant, because you could be dealing with rot, you could be dealing with, like this one is overgrown, and look, you can tell the roots, all these roots coming out of the bottom, they're all dead. They're dry. That one's a good one. But it's still important to repot it, because you want to see what's going on. Wow. Look at this beautiful root system. Look at that. Look at the bottom. She's definitely ready to get out of this pot. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull away. I'm not going to completely tear her apart as far as the roots. See that bulb, where that where that stem was, this bulb is all rotted. So if I would have let that go and say not repotted her for a month or 2 months or a week, all that rot would have seeped up and it could have started killing more of the plant. So, well, there, she broke my, I don't know if you can try to reroot these. I think you can. Without the bulb, I don't know. I'll make a clean cut and then try to root her out. See, there's a good root. Let me get some more of the soil off of here. There's the rotten bulb right there. And then I got, oh man, I just broke that one. Ugh. These are very delicate stems, but I've got to get this rotten bulb out of here. And I want to look and see and make sure nothing else is rotted. It looks like only half the bulb is rotted. Let me see if I can just pull it out. Oh yeah, no, it's all rotted. Okay, I'm going to have to cut it. This root is holding it back. There's another root right there. Cut that off. That whole bulb was rotted out from being overwatered. It's all squishy and nasty. And I cut some of the roots. That bulb is nice and firm, so is that one. I'm just going to try to gently get some more of this cocoa coir off of her. I want it in a more light and airy soil. I've got a lot, I'm just going to use a lot of potting soil and a lot of perlite. Kind of like a cactus or a succulent, what I would use. All the rest of the bulbs feel great. And I think maybe the reason that bulb might have rotted out is because it was buried farther. You want to keep these bulbs above your soil line. So I'm going to lay her down. Let me clean up some of my mess. Okay. Now this pot has a really big hole on the bottom. So I am going to use one of my coffee filters to keep all that soil from going through and just lay it down on the bottom. And then start filling up with my soil. That coffee filter will help from all my soil draining out of the bottom of my pot. And then I'm just going to tap it down a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And then we'll see where she's sitting, because you want to keep, trying to be very careful, you want to keep these bulbs above the soil. That one's going to be tricky. I think that was how the other one... Okay, before I go any further, because this one... Oh! You guys can't see. Before I go any further with this, see how these seem to snap really easy. So I am going to put my stake down here. And then hold her up so she don't snap like my second one did. There. That will keep her from wiggling all over. So I'm going to fill my pot. And I got a real nice, airy, lots of perlite. And I'm going to keep, you want to keep your bulbs above your soil line. And then what I'll do, since this one is going to be, I think I can lift her up a little bit. I'm going to hold my finger down here and then kind of lift her up and stick the soil down under to try to hold that bulb up a little more, or you could even try to remove it and then pot this part and then pot the other separately. But you definitely want to keep those above your soil. From what I have read and what I have been told, my friend Chris has 2 of these plants, and she plants all of hers like this, above the soil. And the stems are very delicate. They snap very easily, it seems. So as that dirt dries off more, I will just try to, I don't want to break that new, let me try to move this. There we go. And then I think I might tie her up too. There. I'm going to tie up this little baby. to the original stick. I just got a piece of twine. And then, just so I don't accidentally break her, and hopefully I do not break her while I'm doing this, just lightly. And then once she gets a little bigger, I'll probably go ahead and take that. I'll go ahead and take that off. I just want to give her a fighting chance to not get broken. Especially with me, because I'm in there. Once again, I did not get my plant centered in my pot. I am good for that. I'm just kind of tapping it down, making sure my soil is nice and... There's a little rattan piece right here of a stem. I think it was what this one broke off of. So I'm just going to go down and, oh yeah, that's definitely rotten. I'm gonna take my clippers and I'm just gonna clip her there. There's the rattan, and then that cut is clean. This cut is clean. And then I think what I'll do, hold on, I have some powdered cinnamon that I keep here in my plant room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of my cinnamon in my dish, get some on my finger, and cover that wound up. It will help keep it from, I'm just totally coating it. Putting a nice thick coat on that. That will keep it, the cinnamon will help keep any bacterial or fungal issues out of a cut like that. I wish I had a little tiny, oh here, I might be able to use this. Should have done that before I put the cinnamon on. There's a bunch of soil up in here. Another reason why that one rotted. Definitely want to keep these bulbs above ground. I can see why they rot so easily. And then I'm just going to clean. There's a little bit of soil up here. I'm going to get that cleaned off. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to add in a little more soil here. I actually like the look of the bulb sticking up. I think it looks really cool. Kind of reminds me of my ponytail plant that I used to have and a couple other plants that grow like this. I like that. It looks really cool. Kind of looks like you have rocks. So I'm just trying to keep as much soil away as I can to help not rat this plant out any more than what she was. Now I know why she was on the table. And I looked at her really good and I couldn't see. I couldn't see that rotten bulb because it was under the soil line. So now I'm going to just, I got everything nice and packed in. Isn't she pretty? Gosh, I love this little plant. She's so pretty. I love these dark colored plant. Oh, there's that leaf. I'm just gonna cut. It's broke right at the tip. I'm just gonna go down to the next two leaf nodes, and I'm gonna cut right, clean cut right above that. Throw that away. I don't see, there's a leaf that has some damage on it, I'm going to go ahead and just cut that leaf off while I'm at it. Getting some of the sheathing off that I missed. Keeping that clean. And then when I water, since this part was rotten, where I put the cinnamon, I'll water around here and completely stay away from this area for about a month. Try to, anyhow. That way it don't rot, you know, it doesn't rot up any further. So, I'm going to find out whether these will root, these stems will root in some water. I'm going to go read up on that, and I'll come right back. Okay guys, I did some reading, and they're saying it is possible to root these stem pieces. You can either do it in water, or you can do it right directly in soil. You can also do it from leaf cuttings like you would like a begonia or a succulent. You just cut it. You would want to cut the leaf down as far as you can so you have a little bit of the stem there on the end and stick that down. I'm not doing that. I'm going to try mine in soil because for me, I think that would work out better. So what you want to do is where the stem was cut, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to cut the tip off. It's still kind of soft where it was, so I'm going to cut right about here. It feels nice. It's nice and firm. And then I'm going to do, that one feels hard all the way through, but I'm still going to give it a clean cut right about here. And then let me throw those away. And then I'm going to do mine in soil. I've got a old Solo cup that's got holes in the bottom of it. And now it's dirty and I just washed it. And whether you're doing it in soil or water, you want to let these ends dry out and callus over a little bit. But this is how I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna kind of cheat a little. I'm gonna go ahead and put some soil in. I'm gonna add more perlite. Mix it up. I'm gonna take my rooting hormone. As most of our rooting hormones have a bacteria and fungicide in them, so those are always nice. So instead of letting mine callus, I've got dry soil. It's not wet, it's not moist, it's not nothing. I'm dipping. I'm going to dip her down, especially getting that cut. That will help dry her out. Or you could even use the cinnamon, like I did on that cut. I'm going to put them both right there. Right at the edge of the cut. Now let me pack in my soil. And I don't think... I'm going to put a few rocks at the top. Okay, I grabbed a few lava rocks, but all I'm going to do is just to hold these up better, I'm just going to put them around my stem cuttings so that the rocks kind of hold it up. There we go. That should work. That should work well, and then I'll stick another one right there. But when these start rooting out, if they start rooting out for me, if they don't rot, you'll be putting them next to the see-through cup right here, you'll be able to see the roots forming. And what I'll do is I'll wait like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days. Let these callus over between the root hormone or the cinnamon, whatever you want to use, and the dirt, or you could just put it right in the dirt. That'll help dry out the cut, and then once I start watering it, it should encourage roots to start at the bottom of the cut, I think. I've never propagated a ZZ plant before, so this is an experiment for me. If any of you guys have experience on how you've propagated, let us know in the comment section. But for right now, this is how I'm trying it. And I'll give you another shot. So I am going to go ahead and let you go. We'll do an update. I'll do an update in about a month or so whenever I see the roots forming, and let you know how it turns out. I got another broken leaf right here, stem right here. See that? I just spotted it. It looks old. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. See where it's broken right there? You can tell it's been broke for a while. So I'm just gonna cut her right above. And then I'll stick her down in here too. See if I can label her. Put her right here at the edge, or in the middle of the other two. Kind of tap her down a little bit so she stays still. So there, I got 3. Now I see why the plant was on clearance. But I will, as soon as I see some growth or rot or whatever happens, I will let you guys know. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Peace.